I don't seem to have it.
Could you look again? Because we definitely made a reservation.
Maybe each of you thought that the other one had done it.
I made the booking.
I'm afraid we're very full tonight. The Countess of Grantham has a large party with her.
Lady Grantham's here.
Among our patrons are some of the greatest names in Yorkshire society. And the Countess is among them.
Yes, we know her.
Oh, these people are claiming to know you, Your Ladyship.
Well, we didn't...
I know them both very well indeed. Are you dining here tonight, Anna?
We were, but there seems to be a mix-up with the table.
Well, I'm sure it can be sorted out.
In a jiffy, my lady, in a jiffy. If you would like to wait one moment.
That seems to have made a difference. Thank God he's a snob.
But, milady, I promise you we never...
I'm sure not. But don't let's spoil the effect now. To be honest, I wish I could join you, but I better get back.
Well, if you'd like to follow me. Please excuse the little hiccup earlier. It will be the last. Ah, yes.
What have you told Bates?
Nothing.
And he hasn't asked why you're sleeping in here?
Certainly not.
I wondered if you might like to change your mind and come back. You heard Mr. Bricker say he was not in my room by my invitation.
How do I know that wasn't just his gallantry?
Because I'm telling you, nothing happened.
I'll tell you what did happen. You allowed him into your private life. A man who thought he could step into my place just like that.
He thought it, and he was mistaken. Very well. If you can honestly say you have never let a flirtation get out of hand since we married, if you have never given a woman the wrong impression, then by all means, stay away. Otherwise, I expect you back in my room tonight. Why were you so heavily invested in one enterprise? Wasn't it foolish? Has some of my fortune been lost?
Some. All. Almost all.
Oh, my dear.
It's not so good for you.
Don't worry about me. I'm an American. Have gun will travel.
Oh, thank God for you. Anyway.
You know what? I'm glad we have a wedding to celebrate. Let's make sure it's a great day. If it's to be our last, let's make it a wonderful last. Enjoy our lovely home and the lovely people we spent our life among.
Mind out, this is all.
Spoons! Unless they're to drink directly from the bowl.
Oh.
Do you think there's enough?
Oh, you're going to feed about 50, I reckon.
You got some more? I'll have to have some more.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. You're going to have to feed a bit.
May we come in?
Your ladyship, what a surprise.
O'Brien seemed to think that you and Mrs. Bird were engaged in a commercial venture of some sort, so I came to see for myself.
We are not, your ladyship.
I agree, that's not what it looks like.
We feed these men once a week, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'll be back before luncheon at the big house.
I'm sure. But is it true they're fed from our kitchens?
Only the stuff the army gives. They are soldiers.
What did I tell you?
Daisy's right, we only use the food the army pay for. And all the men have served their country.
In future, I would prefer it if you would use food paid for by the house. I don't want the army to accuse us of mismanagement.
You mean you're going to let them get away with it?
Oh, more than that, I'm going to help them, and so are you. Mostly. If you bring that table over, I suggest we divide the food, then we can form 2 lines and it will go faster. O'Brien, you can manage the bread. Daisy?
Of course, my lady.
What is it?
Beef stew, ma'am.
Stand all right, then.
There you are.
Taste the bread.
There you go.
Your ladyship, do you have a moment?
What is it, Barrow?
There's something worrying me, my lady, but I can't hold it in anymore.
Why? What's happened?
It's Nanny West. I'm afraid it seems she's been leaving the children to their own devices.
What? You mean she's neglecting them?
I wouldn't have spoken up if it went for a little girl and baby boy being put at risk.
My precious boy. And don't let that chauffeur's daughter disturb you anymore. Go back to sleep, you wicked little crossbreed. Your ladyship, I didn't see you there.
Obviously not.
I was just having a game with Miss Sibby.
I want you to pack tonight and leave first thing in the morning.
But your ladyship...
Please put Master George back into his crib. You are not to touch the children again.
Oh, I thought it was Nanny West ringing.
No, Mrs. Hughes. Nanny West is leaving in the morning. Can you find her a bed for the night and ask one of the maids to sleep with the children?
But your ladyship, I was only joking.
Please, Miss West, I prefer not to discuss it, except to say that your values have no place in a civilized home. Now, Mrs. Hughes, I'll wait here while Nanny West packs. You will fetch a maid and prepare a room. You understand? Miss West is not to be left alone with the children. Not for 1 minute.
Where did you get to last night? I was fast asleep before you came in, and you were still sleeping when I left.
I'm afraid it was very late, but I'm glad you're here now, because I want you to know that we owe a great debt to Barrow here. It turns out Miss West is quite unsuited to the role of nanny. She's leaving today.
What? Not another one?
Trust me, we'll talk about it later. I must run or I'll be late. Barrow, I meant what I said. Thank you.
I'm glad, your ladyship. I just had a hunch that she wasn't quite all Sir Garnet.
Mrs. Hughes, I understand that you're not well.
Whom do you understand that from? Because if the doctor...
It wasn't Dr. Clarkson.
It is not confirmed that I am ill, your ladyship. I've had a test and I'm waiting for the results. But I am perfectly capable.
Mrs. Hughes, I only want to say one thing. That if you are ill, you are welcome here for as long as you want to stay. Lady Sybil will help us to find a suitable nurse.
I see.
I don't want you to have any concerns about where you'll go or who'll look after you, because the answer is here, and we will.
I don't know what to say, my lady.
There isn't anything more to say until we know where we stand, one way or the other.
Thank you.